Can you hear them? The drums. So, interesting piece of news about Peter Capaldi's last episode. It's going to be I'm pretty sure the Christmas special for this year, where he regenerates into whoever they end up casting later. And that is going to see the return of John Simm as the Master. Now, I will admit that when I first read that headline, my immediate reaction was, because I still haven't gotten around to doing my ranking of the Masters. I really need to do that soon. But John Simm, not my favorite. He was much better in his second appearance when they brought him back, but certainly that first one, really didn't care for him. So the idea of him coming back, initially I was kind of like, not thrilled. But then it was made pretty explicitly clear that both he and Missy are going to be appearing. And that kind of struck my interest. And then when I actually stopped and thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, they've never done a multiple Master story before. I mean, we've been getting multiple Doctor stories since the 70s, but we've never had a multiple Master story. I think largely that just has to do with the fact that it wasn't really an option. I mean, the original Master, Roger Delgado, he died in a car accident, and then, they had a couple of interim guys in really heavy makeup, and then it was Anthony Ainley for a very long time, and by the time the new series got going, he had passed away, and I don't think it was ever on the table to bring Eric Roberts back to cameo as the Master again. So I'm not sure it was ever actually possible to do before, and now they can. And when I put it in that context, yeah, I'm interested and I'm intrigued by that. I'm hoping that Simm coming back, that his Master is going to be more in line with his second appearance than with his first. And obviously circumstances are going to determine that. Because what I liked much more about his second appearance was that he was more unhinged, he was more unpredictable, and he just seemed a bit more dangerous. He was a bit cartoonish, he was a bit goofy, he was a bit too arch and silly for me in his initial appearance, but he had a more legitimate edge in that second appearance, and I'm hoping that's more the flavor of Master we get. And I'll really be interested to see that playing it off against Missy, who is also very unpredictable, but has a feeling that she feels much more calculating than Simm did. Especially in that second appearance where I preferred him, where he was always scheming, but you kind of felt like he was coming up with a plan as he went along. Again, referring mainly to that second appearance. Missy, you always feel like she's planning something. I don't know what it is, but it's bad. So I'll be really curious to see how they play off each other. I'll be curious to see, do they work well together? Are they going to argue with each other? I hope that's not something that's done too heavily, because I think that that's an easy trap to fall into, since we always have the Doctors, and the Doctors, when they work together, they maybe they butt heads a little bit, but they come together and they're better together and they do great things. And when it's the Master, he'll just fight with himself. Like I don't just want them to do that. That seems like the cop-out way, but I would love to see just little arguments, little clashes, but to see the combined threat of these two, I'll be really curious to see that. And part of me wonders if they'll somehow complement that, and this is only occurring to me as I'm saying, if they'll somehow complement that by having Peter Capaldi for a brief period of the episode share the screen with whoever the next Doctor is, through the loveliness of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wiminess. I'm not actually predicting that'll happen, but the thought just occurred to me. I thought I'd share it. I don't know, maybe. And of course, at this point, we still don't know anything about who the next Doctor is going to be. I'm not throwing my head into that speculation, because basically people just toss out names, and they've got the bookkeepers like, we're 4-to-1 chances. It's bull. It's always bull. And more to the point, I want somebody that I don't know. And when I say me, I'm not like me in my bubble. I mean, speaking as somebody who enjoys and partakes of British entertainment, I don't want a big name. I want somebody who maybe I can dig into stuff they've done in the past, but who I'm going to go, oh, okay, who's that? I want to be surprised. I don't want a lot of built-in expectations, which is a big part of why I never get into the speculations, because people are always picking people who like have done a doctorish role before. Like after Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them came out, everyone was like, "Ooh, Eddie Redmayne could be the Doctor," because his performance was kind of Matt Smith-ish. And I'm like, well, no, I don't want them to just plug in somebody who fits a template of the Doctor that's already been done. Give me somebody who I'm not going to have these built-in expectations, who has the possibility to really surprise me. And now I've gone off on a complete total tangent from what I originally talking about. So bring it back. What happened? But anyway, John Simm coming back. Initial reaction was meh, but the more I think about it, the more intrigued I am by it. The more I think it could really be really potentially interesting. And it does kind of speak to... It seems to be the big thing right now to just crap on Moffat and everything Moffat has done in the show as a whole. I don't have a problem with Moffat's time running the show. There have been ups, there have been downs. It was the same with Davies. It'll be the same with Chibnall, I'm sure. But one thing that I will say that I wish he had done is I do wish there had been more things that originated in the Davies era that had come back. Because obviously, John Simm will be an example of that, but I would have liked to have seen, even if it was just little things. The Face of Bo again, Jack Harkness, absolutely. I just wish there hadn't been such a clean cutoff from one showrunner's era to the next, which is part of why I was upset that Capaldi's leaving at the same time as Moffat. I don't like the feel of these completely self-contained eras. I'd like it to feel more free-flowing. I'd like it to feel more like one just dovetails into the other, as opposed to these kind of harsh cutoffs it feels like we're getting lately. But again, now I'm tangenting yet again. I think I need to go to bed is what I need to do. In any case, that's my general thoughts on John Simm coming back for Peter Capaldi's final episode, as well as my random thoughts on a number of other things. So what are your thoughts? Are you excited at John Simm coming back? Is he one of the masters you really like? Does it make you nervous that he's coming back? How do you think he's going to play off Capaldi? How do you think he'll play with Missy? Whatever your thoughts are on any of it, drop something down in the comments and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check me out on Twitter at Council of Geeks. Give a listen to the Council of Geeks podcast, available on iTunes and Stitcher. And until next time, this council is adjourned.